your budget request, I believe you have $77.4 million for border management staffing. Is that correct on my number?
I believe that's correct.
How many additional Border Patrol agents does that number and that funding level support hiring?
So I want to make sure that I speak accurately here, Congresswoman. I don't want to make a mistake because there are two elements of the budget that go to personnel of our Border Patrol agents and Customs and Border Protection.
So let's
writ
specifically
large.
ask for the agents that are
There's
out
a-
on the border.
Yeah, there's a drawdown from the Department of Defense, which we calculate separately. Our department, since 2006, every single year has
I'm
depended
not
upon
asking
the
about
department.
2006, Mr. Secretary. I'm
sorry.
asking about how many agents you're planning to add to your list. I believe the number is 350 Border Patrol agents, if I'm correct.
350 Border Patrol agents in fiscal year 2024, and this fiscal year we added 300, the first time since 2011.
Is this what CBP is telling you they need to be able to secure the border and provide that operational security? Is that the number, or is it more?
It's 300. Remember something, if I may, Congresswoman, that there's a limit to how many we can actually functionally hire in a particular year. We need more Border Patrol agents than 350.
Which is my
that we're
biggest
sp-
concern, because there's
But we-
800 or so of those positions that are open right now. So I guess my biggest question is, when you look at 19,000 staffed Border Patrol agents, which is what we have right now, funded for 19,800, 800 of those positions are currently open. So when you're coming to us and saying you need more Border Patrol agents, the policies of this administration have truly affected retention for CBP. So when we're down 800 currently, how can you tell me realistically that when you're coming to us to ask for these many new positions, you're going to be able to feasibly actually hire this many new people?
Oh, Congresswoman, we are intensely focused on recruiting and retention. And as a matter of fact, I spoke with the International Association of the Chiefs of Police just last week about the challenges of recruiting and retention, not specific to the federal government, but with respect to law enforcement across this country. We are very focused on filling the positions of the Border Patrol, of filling the positions of Office of Field Operations,
Well, I
of
think it would
filling the
certainly help
positions
if
of
we
the
didn't
United
have
States
defunded
Secret
police
Service.
rhetoric around the country as well, because law enforcement is struggling. You're right. I hear that from my local law enforcement back in my district. It is why I'm so concerned about the security of the border when the CBP chief is saying that you need 22,000 agents total to counter the crisis. That's a total of 3,000 more agents. This request only provides for 350 more, plus I mentioned those 800 positions open. So I see it as a lack of meaningful work to address the retention challenges. They don't match what CBP is actually asking for. Throwing out increased numbers looks nice, I think, but it does not actually address the reality of the situation at our southern border. Mr. Secretary, are you aware of how many times in your budget request you mentioned the word cartel?
No, I'm not, but I must say I respectfully
zero.
disagree.
It's zero, Mr. Secretary.
Congresswoman, we
in
are.
the 100-page document that you submitted, you mentioned the word cartel zero. You mentioned transnational gangs once, if that's your preferred way of addressing the term, what you call cartels. I'm very concerned when you say you're addressing the cartels in unprecedented ways. The cartel activity along the southern border and in the homeland has escalated, and I can say both times that I have visited the southern border, I have seen that countering the cartel activity was a #1 concern for our CBP agents.
Okay, the math ain't mathin'. We've lost over 800 Border Patrol agents. They need 2,200 to do their jobs, and they've only hired 300. Mayorkas has blood on his lying little Democrat hands. And I don't know how he sleeps at night. We just saw Bill Malugin on Fox News talking about how people are coming through this border and have come through this border under the Biden administration from the Middle Eastern countries that are trying to destroy us and did just destroy many of our people, 2,500 people total, 27 Americans as of today, in Israel. These people are here already, okay? Let that sink in. And by the way, just because you hire Border Patrol, their jobs have now changed. So under this administration, their job isn't to send these people packing back to where they came from or to vet them. It is to usher them into the country comfortably, basically. So, yeah, they're hiring people, but the job description has changed. We do not have a safe border.